Hello everyone and welcome back to one of my C++ videos. Today I will cover the topics of what is a stack and what is a heap, including some code examples. Let's start with a stack. What is a stack exactly? Well, a stack is a region in your memory which temporarily stores variables created by each function in your code, and those variables are pushed onto the stack and freed up when the function exits. Basically, stack variables are local by default. The data structure of a stack is LIFO, which means last in and first to be taken out. So how about we just create some examples of how to create variables on the stack. So I already created a project, and let's create a function called int add two values stack. And it takes two parameters, int value 1 and int value 2. And basically we create int x equals value 1 and int y equals value 2. So now we created two variables, and those two variables, x and y, are created on the stack. And each of them is assigned the value 1 for x and y is assigned the value 2. So let's create a third variable on the stack and add it equals x plus y. Now we create a third variable on the stack and it's assigned the addition of x plus y. So we return added. So once that function exits and has successfully returned the value, the stack variables will be erased and the memory will be freed up. So let's call this function and see what's happening. Int some value equals add two values stack 5 and 10. So we add 5, we do 5 plus 15. We will print out some value. And when we execute this function, we get some value 15. So once some value is actually returned, by the time it reaches some value colon 15 to print out, this memory has already been freed up, which is quite nice. But we don't just only have the stack, we also have the heap. So what is a heap? It is a region again in your memory, but it is not managed automatically. You have to manage it manually. So that opens the possibility for memory leaks. And you have to allocate memory and you have to free it up by nature. For C++, you can use new and delete, or you can use the C library functions which are available in C++. And those functions would be something like malloc and free. So the difference again is it stays until you delete the variable from memory. Imagine you play a video game and you create a character, and that character has to stay in memory until it's being erased and not automatically removed when the function returns. It has to stay in longer than that. So that would be an example. How about we just create a function which returns an integer pointer on the heap. So we create int add two values heap, and it takes two values again, in value 1 and value 2. But as you can see, it's all pointers. So we do int x equals static cast, and we do integer pointer malloc size of int. So this basically creates an integer pointer on the heap, and since malloc returns a void, we have to cast it to an integer pointer with the size of int. Now we have to assign a value. For that we use the dereference pointer, which is a star x equals star value 1. So this is a direct value assigning. We do the same for y. Star y equals static cast int malloc size of int. And then we do star y equals value 2. Now we still have to add the added, right? So int added equals static cast int again, malloc size of int. Haven't done that enough of that yet, right? So now we do star added equals star x plus star y. Now, oh, that is z. Now we don't want z, so x plus y, and we return added. Let's go back in the main function and let's create some memory on the stack. Float some value equals static cast float pointer malloc size of float. And then we do the same with the double, no value equals static cast double pointer, yeah, wrong brackets, malloc size of double. Oh, that's a float, not a float. So we don't use these variables, they're just there, so we have something to erase later. Now we already have 2 created, we create 3 more. Value 1 equals static cast integer pointer. We actually are going to be using this one as the first value, and we assign it the value of 10. Then we do the second value, integer pointer size of int, and value 2 equals to 15, so we will get 25 when we add the values. Now we do int new value equals add 2 values heap, and we have value 1 and value 2. Now we still have to print out those values. New value is star new value, and we still have to make this an pointer. So now everything is created on the heap, and we are not erasing any of the memory, so we have this giant memory leak at the end when we are finished printing. Let's build everything, and the new value is 25. So this is the main function. After we call return 0 down here, the operating system will clean everything up for us, which is good. However, in an application, this is not something we would want, so we have to free up the memory again. So for this we call free, and every variable if we have been used, we initialized, we need to erase. Free value 1, value 2, and free new value. Great, so let's run this again, see if anything happens. Nope, new value is still 25. Okay, so what happens if we erase before we actually print out? Let's do this. New value is 0, so there's nothing in there. Okay, so this is basically the memory allocation with a C-style allocation. How about we use a little bit more of C++ in there? So we create a new class called, let's call it heap, just for the fun of it. We have this class, and there it is, initialized file, loaded everything in. So we create a second constructor, call it heap int value 1 and int value 2, and then we create a function called int add 2 values. So we create private, so nobody has access to those members except for the class itself. Int value 1, int value 2. Okay, let's go to the heap function class, and we leave the one constructor empty, and here is where we add 2 values, and we just assign values. We assume the values have already been initialized. So this value 1 equals value 1, and this value 2 equals to value 2. Now let's create the add to value functions. Int heap add two values, and what we do is we int added value equals new int, so we can create a new object on the heap and assign it this as a new integer, and we do added value equals value 1 plus value 2. My bad, had a brain fart. I apparently have a lot of those. Also, it's late at night. It's midnight here. Anyway, return added value. Why is it midnight? Well, apparently I can't sleep and stay up all the time. So this is for this class. Let's go back to our main function. So this is the C style stuff. We just comment that all out. You know, do this and leave the code in there for now, so we have something to take on later. However, we just copy paste this. So we have the values again. And now what we do is we include heap, and what we do is we create a new heap object. Heap star HP equals new heap of value 1 and value 2. Okay, fair enough, right? So we do int star new value equals HP dot add two values. So add two values will actually go back into the class, creates the new integer, assign the values we defined in here, and return the values added. Okay, so that means we should have the value now in new value. New value heap class is new value. Let's see, we technically should be getting 25. There it is, the value heap class 25. So now we still have all those variables floating around, right? So we created some value and no value with a C style, so that's how we free them up too. Some value, free no value, free value 1, free value 2. So, however, we just created heap and we created new value. So how do we get rid of heap now? Well, we delete heap with a C++ style deletion. Delete heap, and to make sure it's removed out of memory, we assign it a null value. Actually, I think today it's null pointer. They changed it with the last C++ iteration, but we still have new value left. So what we do is free new value. Still need to do that. Done. So now we have a C++ style initialization of an object. The object is created in the heap. We do something with it. We return some values. And here we delete the object, make sure it's freed up, and then we erase new value after. And that is basically it. Let's build this. Oh, having an issue here. Oh yeah, heap. It's HP. It's late at night, I just blame it on that. And the new value heap class value is still 25. That is it for now. Thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you want to continue seeing other videos, give me a message, write suggestions in the comment box, support me on Patreon. Thank you for watching and wish you a wonderful evening. Bye bye.